Welcome to Goalie's PIP Academy. Have you ever wondered how your favorite candy bars, cool toys, and even cars are all made so perfectly and so fast? Today, we're going on an exciting journey into the world of factory assembly lines. By the end of this video, you'll understand the step-by-step magic that turns ordinary materials into the products you use every day. So, buckle up and let's dive right in. First off, let's imagine life before assembly lines existed. Long ago, many products were made one at a time by just one person, which could take days or even weeks. Then people discovered a better way. If each worker focused on a single task and passed the product along to the next person, things could be made much faster. This idea changed the world forever. One famous example is Henry Ford. He used assembly lines to build cars in the early 1900s. Even though he wasn't the very first to try this, he popularized it by showing that a car could be put together way faster and more cheaply if each worker had one special job. You might have someone attaching wheels, another person installing the doors, and another handling the windshield. The car moved along a conveyor belt, and each worker added their part until it was finished. This meant more cars could be made in less time, so more people could own one. The same concept applies to all sorts of products, whether that's candy, electronics, or clothing. Instead of one big machine doing everything, each station in the line handles one specific job. Because when you split the work into small steps, the entire process can go much faster. Think of it like building a Lego model with your friends. Each friend has a certain number of pieces they're responsible for, and by the time it moves around the table, your Lego set is complete. These days, many factories use robots alongside people. Robots are great at tasks that are either too hard, too dangerous, or just too repetitive for humans. For example, a robot can lift a heavy piece of metal or weld two pieces together precisely, over and over again, without getting tired. But people are still super important. They program the robots, design the machines, and check the products for quality. If something goes wrong, a person usually figures out the solution. Now, let's test your knowledge with a quick quiz. Which of the following best describes an assembly line? A. One person start to finish. B. The product builds itself. C. Each person or machine does a small part of the job. D. Everybody works on it all at once. Think carefully.
Hey, you're watching Goalie's PIP Academy, where we teach about science, geography, history, everything about the whole world. If you want to watch these classes with no ads, no distractions, go to getgoalie.com.
If you said C, a system where each person or machine does a small part of the job and the product moves along until it's complete, then well done. That's right. So, how does the flow of an assembly line work? A product usually starts as simple raw materials, like a sheet of metal, chunks of plastic, or piles of fabric. Then it goes through the first station to be cut, molded, or shaped into a basic form. After that, it's passed on to the next station, which might attach another piece, test something, or add a new layer. Step by step, more parts are added until the finished product emerges at the end of the line, ready to be packaged. You might wonder why we don't just build a giant super machine that can do it all in one place. Well, when you break a big job into smaller tasks, each station can become really efficient at its one job. It also makes it easier to fix problems. If something breaks at one station, you only have to fix that part instead of stopping the entire production. Plus, this method can save money. It's usually cheaper to buy several smaller machines, each designed for a single task, than one huge machine that tries to do everything. Do you like chocolate? Candy factories often use assembly lines too. Imagine a conveyor belt carrying freshly made chocolate bars down a line. Each station might add caramel, nuts, or wafer bits. Then the bars go to a cooling area, and after that, they're wrapped in shiny paper. Before you know it, the candy is packed into boxes, ready to be shipped off. Some companies can produce millions of candy pieces per day thanks to these speedy lines. Cars, candy, and electronics are famous examples, but assembly lines are used for tons of products: clothing, furniture, airplane parts, and even big ships. In some ultra-clean factories, special suits keep dust away from sensitive parts like computer chips. A tiny speck of dust could cause a big problem in a phone or laptop, so extra care is needed. You can see that whether you're building something huge like a car or something tiny like a computer chip, the assembly line concept still applies. Now let's do our second quiz to make sure you're still with me. True or false? Modern assembly lines often include robots working alongside people. Got your answer? If you said true, then well done. That's right. Now, let's talk about how assembly lines are getting smarter. With new technology, some factories use sensors and cameras to check if parts are lined up correctly. If something's off, the machine might stop the line and alert a human worker. This helps prevent big batches of products from being made incorrectly. There are also lights-out factories, where robots do almost everything in the dark because no humans need to be inside. People still oversee these systems, but it's amazing how much automation has evolved. In other places, special robots or automated guided vehicles, basically little self-driving carts, move parts from one station to the next. Instead of a person lugging heavy boxes all day, these robotic carts roll around on a set path or navigate using sensors, freeing up workers to focus on tasks that require a human touch or more creativity. Speaking of the human touch, safety is a big deal in factories. In old factories, people had to be extremely careful around heavy machines. Today, modern assembly lines often include safety barriers, sensors, and emergency shut-off switches. If a person walks into a zone where a robot is welding or moving big parts, the sensors can detect it and pause the action. That way, accidents are much less likely. You might be wondering, do we see assembly lines in everyday life? The answer is yes, though they might not look like a row of robots and machines. For example, in a cafeteria line, each person in the kitchen might put a different part of your meal on your tray. Or at a car wash, each station does one job: spray, soap, scrub, rinse, dry, while the car moves through the line. Another exciting development is 3D printing. While it's not exactly an assembly line, some factories use banks of 3D printers to create specific parts before sending them off to a line to be combined with other pieces. This is one example of how factories blend new technology with traditional methods. Also, not all assembly lines are straight. Some factories use U-shaped or circular designs, which can help workers communicate better or share tasks more easily. It also means they can save space on the factory floor. The idea of an assembly line can be flexible, adapting to what each factory needs. One thing that remains the same is the importance of people. Even in highly automated factories, workers are needed to check machines, solve problems, and come up with improvements. Engineers spend lots of time figuring out how each station in the line should be arranged, where to place machines, how high the conveyor belts should be, and how to make the process as smooth as possible. So, why does any of this matter to you? Well, assembly lines keep costs down and production speed up, making things more affordable. They also create jobs for people who design, fix, and run the machines. Assembly lines help new products reach you faster, whether it's a cool video game console or a big bag of candy for movie night. As we look to the future, assembly lines will keep evolving. More robots, more sensors, more ways to make the process quicker and safer. And maybe one day you'll help design these systems yourself. There's always room for new ideas about how to improve the way we build things. We're nearing the end of our journey, so let's recap the main points. Assembly lines were born from the idea that when each worker or machine focuses on a single step, you can build things faster and with fewer mistakes. Henry Ford made assembly lines famous when he used them to build cars quickly and affordably. Today, modern lines often include robots and advanced technology, but humans still play a huge role. We talked about candy factories, car washes, and even cafeterias to show how the assembly line idea pops up everywhere. We took 2 quizzes to check what you learned, and if you got them right, you're well on your way to being an assembly line expert. Thank you for joining me on this adventure into the heart of factory assembly lines. I hope you had fun and learned something new. Next time you open up a candy bar or switch on your favorite gadget, remember the amazing sequence of steps that brought it from raw materials to the finished product in your hands. Keep exploring, keep asking questions, and who knows, maybe you'll be the one to invent the next big breakthrough in manufacturing.
My mind is blown. Where can I learn more about these videos? Oh yeah, getgoalie.com. There's no ads, there's no junk, just cool stuff for kids and a dedicated tablet. Check it out, getgoalie.com.